Hey, we out here. Episode 107. No Hangover Podcast. Flowing through space.
Ooh.
We here. We got the purple.
Ooh.
We got Jordan across from me.
Hey.
We got Jacob next to me throwing up them signs. Gang, gang. Check us out on YouTube, Spotify, SoundCloud, Google Play,
I was about to say, don't forget to play.
Apple Podcast. We out here.
Follow us on Instagram at No Hangover Podcast. Check out our latest merchandise, as I'm wearing.
Oh, shit.
My compadre as well. www.nohangoverpodcast.com.
I forgot.
You'll be all right.
It's just a wand. That's all.
You're a wizard, Harry.
A magical wand that'll take you to magical places and take you
Okay,
out of
all right.
space.
Like we just were.
Boom.
Anyways, bringing it back into where we are now.
We're on Earth.
Yeah, episode 107. Like my boy E said. Gonna get right.
Into it.
There it
What
is.
do you want to start with?
That's a question for the ages.
Right?
I was gonna throw Jordan right under the bus early, but you vetoed it. So
I mean, you guys could do whatever it is that you want.
Nope.
Whatever
This
it is
is-
that you guys desire.
Why would you want to throw me under the
I was
bus?
just fucking with you. Just a toy. Just a toy around.
Just
funny.
a toy.
I don't throw you under the bus.
Horse shit. Anyone who watches this podcast knows that is a complete and utter lie.
Okay, well then if you feel so, go through with it.
Follow through. Follow through.
Go ahead.
It's all right. E, what you got for the
Don't
people
be
today?
Scary. Don't be one of those people. I hate those people that you watch something or
Fuck.
not that you're well, there are people watching, but you're having a conversation with somebody and they're like, I was gonna do
They're
something.
excited.
threats.
They're like,
And they don't. I'm
It's
like,
an empty threat.
those people are like, what is he gonna say? And I
just
just
fucking
don't
say
say
your
it.
shit. Let me
It's
feel
kind of
how
like
I'm
an
gonna
ass
feel.
better.
Let me feel how I want to.
So you're not gonna say it? All right.
Ass better, empty threaders. They're one and the same to me.
I just didn't know how to bring it fully into a topic.
Bro,
So
it's
it's
easy. I
like-
mean, it's not really. I mean, you just.
Like I said, don't really feel like talking about it now. So
All
fuck it.
right.
Got
Well,
cold feet. You got cold feet real quick.
anyways.
Nah, it's just
What are you scared
know.
of?
we got better content to get out there.
Like what?
That is majority of your
Oh my
content,
goodness.
though.
That is
See?
true.
Of
This
your
guy,
life.
Always with the subtle shots.
I mean,
That's not a shot. That's a
Not that
very
much.
entertaining value about you.
that is a very entertaining
Why do you think I
part
make
of
it
my
so
life,
playful
honestly.
and fun?
That's funny.
People want to see that.
Why do they want to see it, Jordan?
Because some people don't like it. It forces opinion. And some people don't live that life or want to live that life. So it's kind
True.
of, interesting.
Some people live vicariously through me.
No, I'm not saying that.
Vicariously.
Not saying
Not
that.
vicariously.
I'm just playing. Yeah, potentially.
Appreciate it.
Some people that watch the show and like it, yeah, your experiences, they get joy from that. So, the good and the bad experiences, sometimes it's good to bring them to life.
Nah,
So other people can relate.
I actually just talked about this like 2 days ago. So the topic today, we're gonna bring it in.
So formal.
Yeah.
Perfect. Let's see.
We'll bring it in. I'll bring it in nicer though. We're talking about women
That's
Uh,
pretty good.
and some features that they have that
What?
their crazy sides. I don't know.
That's a feature?
It's I don't know. It's
That's
got
a characteristic.
It's in all of them. So
Characteristic.
You
Just gotta
said
put it in.
feature. I started thinking about a thing.
Yeah.
Features are
You know what I'm
like-
saying?
I get you. Features, I feel, think of more like physical.
Physical
shit.
yeah,
features.
physical features.
Characteristics are more inner shit.
Yeah.
Boom.
All right then. One
We're breaking down the science. over
characteristic. I can't speak.
Characteristics.
There we go. That they have, or some of them are insane,
Boom.
and
Insane
a
in the
majority
membrane.
of
Majority.
Insane in the brain.
not every female, I'm sure, just like not every male
I'm
is
sure.
insane, but there's a lot of crazy people out
He
there.
said, I'm sure. There you go. There's a lot of crazy people
Yeah,
out there.
got it.
Oh, Jesus
God, it
Christ.
took a while. But anyways, lighten it up. Why I brought it up is
there. So where
because
you going? Where you going with this?
I was gonna ask you about some of your experiences there, bud. On certain dealings you've had with females with this certain characteristic.
I haven't had no crazy women. I'm just playing. I haven't been in too many situations where like it's harder to find crazy. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like there's so many different levels of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
It could be crazy is like just irrational, some emotions all over the place, or it could be crazy where like they want to like
Hurt you.
fuck up your life, physically hurt you, put you in a very bad
That's a different
situation.
type of crazy.
Yeah.
That's a different type of crazy.
Never had to
I
deal
would
with
I
that.
would put that more on the side of evil.
True.
Than crazy.
Yeah. That
see
makes
that.
sense.
Yeah, I feel like
Manipulating.
manipulating, like with ill intent and
Yeah,
an
like just
agenda
trying to
and
hurt you.
and a conscious mind of doing that. To me, that's like those are evil
That
characteristics.
is very evil.
Yeah.
Some
So
people
I've-
do that.
I've had some girls who I feel like have done some evil like things out of
With ill intent towards you, like
Yeah.
they wanted to fuck with you or like wanted to hurt
Yeah.
you in the long run. So
out
they're
of
like,
out
"Let
of
me do
out
this."
of emotions, out of anger, out of whatever it was. I've seen that
Out of spite.
out of spite. That's the word I was looking for. Perfect. And
Oh.
I've also seen girls doing it to other people, and me being in the situation as well, and in some sort of capacity.
Like being around it,
As in
seeing
like,
it firsthand
as in
type
like
shit.
they're being spiteful towards their significant other, and you happen
Look
to
at his
be
face,
you
yeah.
happen to be the one there.
Indeed, something of that nature. Yes.
How could this be?
Sub character type shit, not
Indeed.
main character.
No, the
Sub
situation
character.
here.
God, we're using so many great words to explain these situations.
Honestly, as politically correct as we can get to.
So
be.
yeah, I've
PC.
had some girls that have done some unsavory things, in my
Have
opinion.
you
Savory.
have you ever been in that sort of situation, E, where you
Yes.
see a girl
I'm not gonna
doing
speak.
some terrible characteristic things, but it's not to you. You just happen to be the one there.
Like just witnessing it.
No, like you're taking part
being
of
the
this.
third party
Ah,
in a situation.
of course.
You are the guilty party.
I'm not. It's not necessarily something I'm proud of, but
Right.
it's something that's happened.
Mm-hmm.
I have been the, I guess what
Third party.
the what's the guy word for mistress?
Side nigga.
There you go. Yeah, I have. But I mean, I feel like in those situations, like if they don't respect their relationship enough, like I just kind of don't either, in a sense. Like
Very true.
if the
Alright.
if the girl doesn't respect the relationship, then why should I type shit? If she wants it, I
Right.
mean, yeah. And
Mhm.
plus, if that were to happen to me, like which it had, like if a girl were to cheat on me, I'm not necessarily gonna really be mad at the guy because it's like I know the perspective of a guy, so I'm like, well, I mean,
Right.
yeah, I'm not happy about it, but I can't say I wouldn't do the same shit. So the guy, I would be more mad at my significant other and be like,
Right.
what are you doing? Like,
Women-
the fuck out of here.
Women
Like,
are more emotional, and they establish emotional attachment connections with people, with men, when they become physical.
well, maybe
men
not
more-
even necessarily, but they do, or they're doing it like for an emotional reason. Like they're doing something out of spite.
exactly
In that sense. So it's not like they actually like to do, but they know that's gonna tug. It's gonna pull a fucking string, pull a cord with you if it's with a specific guy, or like I'm gonna do this calculated because I know it's gonna hurt you.
that too. But sometimes they do like the guy.
yeah.
Because how often do men cheat and that's it? It's just a physical thing and they move on. There's nothing past that. Women establish like they gain attachment and
Yeah,
they start
because it's different from
their
like,
emotions come in. You know what I'm
it's-
saying?
Sex is different for a man and a woman. So when a woman's having sex, they could just literally, they can't usually, most of the time, they can't just have sex. A guy, we could just have sex and
Right.
it didn't mean anything. And like girls don't understand that. They're like, how did it not mean anything?
Right.
And we're like, I
Because
mean,
it didn't.
we're like,
It didn't mean.
I mean,
anything.
I don't remember. Like, shit, I forgot what I ate 5 minutes ago. What do you mean?
Right.
Like, that was a, no brainer to me. Like,
Right.
it just happened. I forgot. My bad. I was
I
there.
breathe air.
Mhm.
I ate food. I fucked.
Right.
So it's like, oh, it happened. My bad.
Right.
But a female is like, they're, basically showing their love and appreciation for you, I guess. I don't know, honestly. And they're choosing who they have sex with.
Yeah.
I watched this video today.
And
Where
it's at their leisure, at their discretion.
It
For
was-
us, it's like that doesn't happen for us.
it was
We gotta
basically
work to
just
get
saying
women.
a girl
to have-
is
to have
the
sex.
one who, a girl chooses to have sex.
Yes.
The guys are just physically there. Like, we will have sex with whoever lets us have sex with them.
And I think
Type
I
shit.
think I've said this
Men will
before,
fuck
but
almost
that's why
anything.
I feel like that's why it's a little bit celebrated more in like I guess a male culture or whatever the fuck, because like it's definitely a lot harder for a guy to pull a chick than it is.
It is.
If
That's
a guy
why it is
walks into a
celebrated.
bar,
Uh-huh.
he had and gets 2 numbers. It's like, oh shit, a girl can walk in the bar and
Get every person's
about
number that's in
90% of the guys would be like, fuck yeah, I'd go home with that.
Right.
Like it's
Just is what it
just
is.
so much easier for a girl to get what she wants in that sense than it is for a guy.
100%.
That's why we like amongst guys,
It's not an even playing field.
Yeah, it's celebrated a little bit more because if you're pulling them, it's like shit. Like
Yeah.
you must
Women-
be doing something right. Like
Women, I heard somebody say this too. Women are born with value. Men have to create their own. So it's not an even playing field. It's harder for
Interesting.
us. We have to establish ourselves. We have to have assets. We have to have things going for us
Yeah.
to attract that woman.
Yeah.
A woman is just born beautiful, and that's what she has to offer. And as men, that's all we really want. Most men who are high value men in positions
At first, that's what
of
we
power
always
and money don't give a fuck about what their career is or what they're doing outside of how they treat you and how they look. For the most part, right?
Mm.
With women, they want to be.
It's the status.
It's a status type of thing. They want to be well taken care of, upkept. You know, vacations, money spent on them, made feel special.
I mean, not all women though.
I'm
Like
not-
it all depends on the woman.
He
But
didn't say. I mean, he's,
no, I know what he's talking about.
most
though, but
women
I'm
want to
saying-
be secure. Is
Yeah.
that wrong in saying?
No. That's. I feel like.
If you, I
that's-
feel like if
all
you
women
tie,
I feel like that's
secure.
8 out of 10
fucking
women
hit
would
that
say
on-
that.
yeah, I feel
Probably
like-
9 out of 10 women would say that.
Probably 10 out of 10. They'd want to feel like if they're in a relationship, of course, because some
Right.
women just want to be single. That's on y'all.
Right.
The women
Do you
that
think a
want to be in
man
a
is going to
relationship.
be like, you know what? I want to feel like I'm secure with my girl. Like,
I mean, in
got
a
me.
sense, maybe not financially, but secure in the sense of like, I know she's.
You know she
she's
won't
gonna
fold
ride for
type
me.
shit.
She's gonna
different
fuck,
things.
Exactly. So I mean, the security. I mean, that I feel like as people, that's what we want is the security.
Right.
Now, when you start breaking it male, female, this, that, then
Mhm.
your definition of security changes.
Indeed.
And in the way that shit has been like built now, a woman goes to a man more for financial security, more for, you know, superficial shit, and I feel like guys are going more to females for get my back when I'm down, fucking be loyal to me and I got you type shit.
For men, the value in women is who they are, in my opinion. For women, it's
what they are.
what they are, what they can provide, what level of life they're on. You know what I'm saying? What type of power they have.
For sure.
I mean, that's what I was trying to get to when you said that about like the differences, because I was meaning like when you said usually a guy that's established usually is just looking for looks at that point.
Exactly.
He doesn't need anyone to build with.
Exactly.
But certain points in your life, you want, you know, a woman that's not just good looking, but has something that.
Right.
We
But
talked about it.
but that's
You
why
want
we
something
talked about
going
this.
for
Well,
That
my
brought
precursor
before.
was high value men of a certain status.
Yeah, I know.
That's why I
that's
said
what I was
that.
saying.
Because
Trying
at
to get
that
into that, like just
at that
break it down a
point, you
little
no longer care about all the other things. It's more
yeah,
about
what
who
she
you
brings to
are.
the table is pretty much she's just there for your pleasure at that point. Like if,
No.
I'm not
Be
saying like
careful
that,
now,
but
not just your pleasure, but how she makes you feel, how she treats you. She
bro,
has
you're
your back,
talking
she
about. It depends how high you're going. If you're talking about millionaires,
Uh-huh.
you think a millionaire is getting with a chick for how she treats him?
I think
Staying with her maybe, but just getting
talk-
with them, no.
well, a millionaire might be with a lot of different women, but who's his wife and who he takes seriously? Yeah, I think who she is as a person goes into that. Especially if you're a person with a lot of money, and you're
Well, yeah,
like
you got to
public,
respect your assets.
You're a public person. They have to make sure that they protect who you are. You know what I'm saying?
Protect your image. It's,
All
I mean,
that.
this shit. It's a lot of work.
Exactly.
It's a lot of
So
work being a celebrity for sure, and having a significant other.
not only a celebrity, but just a person of
Yeah, a person
high
of money, a
status or a
person
lot of
whoever
money.
worked hard to get to a certain point in their life. If
exactly.
you have a lot of things to lose, clearly every level of your life is a little more challenging because you got to watch your back in certain situations more than.
People looking to take you down any
Yeah.
way they can.
Yep.
It's a fucked
Most
up world.
definitely.
Fucked up
So
world.
it's not easy.
Wow.
Not an even playing field out here.
But,
We got to go hard for this shit.
you know,
Not always. I feel like certain people.
All right, well, speak your truths then.
If I walk into a bar,
Uh huh.
I could
Yeah.
easily leave with 3 to 4 numbers.
sure.
That was
But
just
if
my
a
point
girl
on it.
walks into a bar,
she can leave with 40.
she'll leave with all the numbers she wants to.
Yeah. Anything
For the most
anything that you can do, she can.
Oh
do
yeah,
easier
any girl could.
It's
Even
just-
a girl that
I mean, it's just the truth. Like,
from a
I
dating
feel like,
standpoint.
I don't know, like the way that guys look at girls, it's just like even like a like middle of the pack type looking chick is like you could find something beautiful about
Yeah,
that
you
girl.
can.
Like it's true.
It is
like
100%.
it's just like
It is. It's
to
facts.
us, like women
Yeah.
are just like angelic and like
They
magical. It's
They're
it's
magical
wild.
creatures.
It's wild. It's true, but it's just
Yeah.
like so, have you ever just been looking at a woman just like, damn, like
every day.
wow.
Every day.
Like how did that happen? Like how does this
I'm
happen?
I'm
Like
single. What the fuck I'm saying? I'm sorry. Every fucking day.
she's like, I'm sorry. Yeah, it's happened. It's definitely happened.
Yeah. I mean, we love things about women. So
but I also feel like that kind of puts them in like in
Puts them on a pedestal.
Puts them in in an unfair pedestal because we have it so romanticized in our heads about like how a girl should act. They shouldn't be sleeping around. They shouldn't be doing this. That when they do it, I feel like it like crushes your fucking soul. It's like, oh
It
no,
does.
like
It's not
why?
the same. It's like we were talking about. It's just
We see them as angelic creatures.
It's just not the same. Like,
and guys are kind of looked at as dogs anyways.
Right.
So it's like
We hold women to a certain.
Well, it's like the point I made. A guy will have sex with anyone willing to. Like any girl, it's like, all right, yeah, they fuck.
that's
It's
a
simple.
pretty low moment.
Well, I'm not
No, I mean,
everybody, but I'm just saying, like,
hey, listen,
most of the time,
most guys would
Yeah,
have had a few
100%.
low moments where it's like,
Yeah.
yeah, but
I
most of the
shouldn't have
time,
done that, but
but-
I was thinking with my dick and not my
correct,
actual.
but most of the time, a guy
brain.
would, you know, a girl, why we feel is like it's more of an honor for them, like they're letting you have sex with them type
Yeah.
shit.
Right.
So
Yeah,
girls
for sure.
should, we would feel a girl should hold themselves to a higher standard.
But
Like we don't want them to be like, oh,
that
have
is
them
unfair
question-
on us.
I'm sure
they're
they have their
they're still-
questionable
Yeah, they're still
dudes
people
too,
at the end
but-
of the day. So they're gonna make mistakes. They're gonna do questionable shit that maybe whatever standard that we hold them to as men or society holds them to as a whole. Like they're gonna fall short on some. Like they're people, just like we're gonna fall short on shit.
Yeah,
Even somebody
it's
it hits
It's-
differently for us just because, like I said, the way the standard that we hold women to and the kind of how we view them and shit. But I mean, at the end of the day, like they're going through life the same way we are.
the societal.
They're still trying to make shit
the
happen.
societal differences, like they're just too like apparent. Like the more people that a woman has been with, the less value she has to us.
Not necessarily.
No, to
Look
men.
at Kim Kardashian. All these fucking, what's her name? Amber Rose. Fucking all these IG models. Fucking, who was that one chick? Brittany Rayner, whatever the hell her name is, that just had that baby with that dude from the Hornets and is getting 300,000 from him and was like making a whole fucking thing about it. Like,
So do you think majority of men see those women as valuable women?
somebody does, yeah. I mean, if it's rich fucking millionaire
Whatever,
basketball
yeah.
players, athletes, fucking musicians, they fucking.
Uh-huh.
I mean, there's some value there if
Well,
they
I'm
keep on
asking-
getting knocked.
I'm asking you personally.
Me
though.
personally,
You personally.
no, not me, but
no.
The
you know.
more people that a woman has been with, in your opinion, do you think she's less valuable?
see, that's it depends how you're wording valuable. I mean, that's kind
I
of
feel like how society looks at it.
okay. Well, if you in that
how
aspect,
society
then
looks
yes.
how society looks at it, the more people that a woman has been with, the less valuable she is.
Mm-hmm.
The more women that men have been with, they have more value in a sense. They're looked at as cooler,
A boss type shit. Yeah.
the man.
Yeah,
know what
I
I'm
mean,
saying?
yeah, and
on
it-
both sides, men and women
Yeah.
look at it like
Yeah,
that.
for sure.
Because women
We'll
want
talk
to be,
shit.
they'll
Yeah.
talk shit, but they want to be with the guy that has
Correct.
all the
most,
girls.
Most, and that's a funny thing too about like
And most men want to be next to the guy or like the guy that has all the girls.
The difference between like a fuck boy and like a player type deal.
A player tells the truth. A fuck
Correct.
boy
Lies.
lies
And is like
manipulates.
deceitful
manipulates
try
to get his way.
Yep.
Yeah.
A real player lets you know what it is, and
Yep.
you move accordingly from
and
there.
usually females want a player because it's like you said, if they're usually you have what girl.
It's a power thing. It's
Right.
It's a really fucked up thing actually.
is fucked
Girls
up.
just know when you have a girl. Like, or if you're
It's
taking
human
somebody,
nature in a sense.
if you're
It's
taking
just the
somebody
masculine and
serious
female
and,
energy. It's
and
been
you're
like
like,
that
not
forever.
And
giving,
the fucking testosterone.
It's
and
been
all
like that
shit.
forever.
Yeah, I mean,
it's just wild though.
I mean, that's
Over the
thing,
course of
though, like,
history.
yeah, that's the thing though. Is that like I feel like people don't understand. A lot of shit is primal. Like a lot of this shit is just like it's a fucking puffing your chest out, like a
Yes.
control thing. Like I need to be in control and fucking I need to be on top and be number. And that is primal as fuck.
True.
People don't understand that shit. Like
Men were made to lead.
a lot of the shit that we
Women
do,
were made to nurture.
a lot of the shit that we do just in our everyday life is just like primal shit that we've kind of like domesticated in a sense and made it fit into what our society is.
Right.
It's just
Fair point.
because take away the fucking houses, cars, shit like that, it's gonna be the same type of pecking order in the wild, just different things. Like
Yeah.
if we were still just fucking fucking,
Somebody would have the most
Yeah.
food.
someone
Somebody
would have
the most this.
Survival of the fittest.
You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? It would be levels.
people who are fucking have better genetics will
Yeah.
get farther and shit.
Exactly.
Fucking if you have survival of the fittest type shit. I mean, it's all the same thing, but
all the same
we
shit.
just have this blanket of society to, it's
Keep
not
us
it's
from
it's
killing-
it's
fighting
not
our way up
yeah
to the top
exactly.
that
It's not
fast.
as fucking
Right.
primal and fucking all right.
I wish it
you
was
have-
sometimes.
I mean, if you think about it, though, it's kind of is. If the higher up you get, like, you want something, I can't have it, you're not going to give it to me, I'll just take you out of the picture.
Right.
Whether it's blackballing somebody or just straight out fucking killing them.
Yeah.
True, but I'm
This
just
is
saying it's not
killer
as...
be killed world in a sense.
Amongst us. But even at, like, you know, regular 9-to-5 people, how many times do you hear about somebody cheated on somebody and then, boom, somebody got shot? Or there's something that, you know, fuck, even like musicians, like local musicians, artists, actresses, they're fucking coming up and then someone got jealous and fucking shot them. A nobody shot them.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, you know, it's on all levels.
Right.
That shit's there. It's just, again, we have this blanket of society to kind of like cover up the blemishes and shit like that. And it's not as much of a prevalent thing as it would be if, you know, we were out living in trees and shit.
True. But going back to like the different debates in it, you ever seen like the podcasts like the Call Her Daddy and stuff?
Yes.
Yeah.
It's basically the opposite of what we're doing. They're like, she, for instance, more glamorizing how she goes out with X amount of people.
Right.
And like different things. I mean, they do,
Right.
I guess. But it's just funny, like the way our mindsets are versus,
Theirs.
yeah, just girls.
I mean,
in general,
I feel like we're just starting to see girls be more
They're-
open about shit and be more like dudes about it. And be
Exactly.
like,
They're
yeah,
breaking out of that.
Yeah. They're breaking out of those societal norms and shit. And be
Societal
like,
norms.
all right, bet. Like, if you want to do it, like, you know, this whole equality movement shit, then if
Exactly.
you want to be
You
a
see
hoe and
more-
be open
you
about
see
it,
more
now
girls
I'm going to
shooting
be
their
hoe and be
shots.
open about
Right.
it and then see how you like that shit.
Right.
yeah. Now you see more girls shooting their shots rather than just waiting for a guy to make a move type thing.
Right.
Like girls nowadays, like if they want something, they're gonna try to go get it.
Which is sexy as fuck to me. So, hey.
I mean, hey, if it works, it
Indeed.
works.
Indeed.
Be
It,
fucking
it all depends on how
confident.
you're going to go
Yeah.
get that shit, though.
Be confident.
But then
and fucking-
again, a hustler's a hustler, you know, by any means.
Yeah.
you
you gotta
respect
get
it.
it, you
That's the
gotta
thing.
get it.
Like,
That's what I'm saying.
I'll
what I'm
respect
saying?
hustle. I'll respect that shit. Like, even like, I've been times where I've been got done dirty and it's just like, well, fuck. Like,
Part of the game.
yeah, it's like,
How much? Yeah.
Sometimes,
How-
sometimes you see it
How
though.
many
Yeah.
more charging to the games do you got, though? That's the question. The shit gets old
shit,
after a while.
it does.
You get
It
tired
does.
of charging.
Yeah,
It
to the
does.
game.
But in the time, it's like, damn.
This tab is running
I can't,
up. But
I can't, like, I'll be mad about it. But it's like, how mad could I really be though? Like,
Right.
that shit was, you know.
I mean, at the end of the day, it's life. We
For
all
sure.
gotta
For sure.
learn. We all gotta experience it.
Right.
So it's just another tally on our freaking,
Mm-hmm.
you know, tab of life. That was like, oh,
Boom.
another check.
The tally on the tab of life.
Check
Yeah.
that off.
Boom.
On to the
Make
next
that
one.
into a shirt.
Yeah. It's just men.
Patent
Men are just so simple and women are very intricate. So
This
many
is true.
different things that go into it for them.
Yeah, and I mean, we've all talked about it before, like losing out on certain or like good girls because of stupid reasons or because you weren't mature enough at the time. And it's just like
One
because
good
we're
girl's
so
worth 1,000
simple.
Bitches.
We're just so
bound.
simple.
We're so simple?
falling in
Uh-huh.
Yeah, and like most
Yeah,
girls,
we don't pick up on all the little
They're
extra
thinking
little
of-
signs that they're putting
going
out.
way too far into it, thinking way too much of it, and it's just like
Right.
I'm just trying to relax. Like I'm just chilling. What happened here? And
Right,
it's
but
like,
it's more than that for women.
I get it,
But I mean, at the same time though, it's kind of more for that than us too. Because if we found out that a girl is doing us like we're doing them, we would. It's not like we would just be like, okay, yeah, that's fine, and move on and go find another chick. We'd definitely be like, what? Even if it's just some kind
my
of
heart would be
random
broken.
hookup or just some
Right.
random. If it's been going on for a while and then
Mm-hmm.
you find out some shit, it's like, oh fuck, like. That doesn't
my heart
feel
hurts.
too good. Like fuck.
Right.
At least you could have given me a
So-
heads up. But how many times have you given a chick a heads up that I'm doing something like, yeah, we're fucking around. There might be a little something there, but it's not exclusive.
Right.
And then I mean, it's a way
I
you
understand
go
it from
about
that.
shit.
I understand it from that perspective. I
Yeah.
wasn't saying it from that perspective. I was saying it more from like an emotional standpoint. We're just so simple.
Yeah.
Like everything's black and white for us. For
Most
women,
things,
it's like
yeah.
they look into shit. They
Between the
overanalyze
lines.
between the lines. They overanalyze things. You could say something and they could misconstrue it 30 different ways, and you won't ever say that or say it that way again.
Yeah.
For us, it's not like that. Women are very complex creatures. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
And I'm not gonna label them as difficult. I'll say that they're intricate. You know,
Intricate.
there's a lot that goes into them.
Intricate.
And
Yeah, God took his time with them.
yeah, they're beautiful things. I wouldn't trade them for the world though. Wouldn't trade them for nothing.
Boom.
Gotta love him.
All my girls that I don't have.
Boom. Boom. The business. I like them long head, thick, red bone. Open up a
What you
legs.
laughing at, boy?
The filet
You, man.
mignon,
You're
that
like,
pussy.
you're like all my girls that I don't
I'ma
have.
get in
It was
on
just-
that pussy.
If
If she
I mean, I
let
do.
me
I
in,
love all my
I'ma
girls, like
own
my
that.
mom, my aunt, like all my family, you know. But I ain't got no one specific girl that I, love.
That's the
right
goal.
now.
The goal is to find that one.
You sound so
Speaking-
cute right now.
Huh?
So you sound so cute right now.
I'm just saying that is the goal. You like ideally want to find that one person.
Ideally.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, you're right. No, you're right.
And speaking
We
of
talk
it, I
about
mean,
that off
next time we'll be on the cameras coming back from a bachelor party. So someone found their one person.
That's off camera type shit, dog.
I didn't say we were going to talk about the bachelor party,
It is, yeah. Somebody did find their one person.
but I'm just saying
It's a beautiful.
it could
thing.
happen.
Marriage.
I hope to see it happen one day. 100%. I want that in my life
To be married.
one day. Yeah, I want to have a. I mean, I'm not so much worried about getting married one day. I'm more worried about like having a strong relationship, a strong
bond.
connection with somebody. The marriage happens, it happens.
Yeah.
But
I mean,
that's what I'm
hopefully-
trying to find. one
Hopefully
day.
that comes first before the marriage.
Of course. That doesn't come. Yeah, the marriage doesn't come without that.
Yeah.
But my focus isn't like
Unless
I
you
can't wait
do
to
a
get married
random,
with somebody.
match or a random setup.
What?
Like
Arranged
blind
marriage,
date?
nigga. I don't do
an
that.
arranged marriage. That's what I mean.
Unless
crazy.
unless
You
they
believe
pick fucking the perfect one, like diamond.
You
in the
wouldn't
rough.
know until until you're there,
Yeah.
and then you gotta get to know the
Where
person
the
too.
fuck did you guys?
That would
find
be
that?
the wildest shit in the world.
You know, I had my doubts at first, but
Like thinking
this
that
shit is
shit
working
really,
out.
thinking about like how that shit really happens. That's so wild to me.
Yeah,
Like back in the
it's-
olden times, it was just like,
I mean,
oh,
it happens now.
It
You're
still
getting
happens with a
married.
lot
I
of
know.
cultures.
That's what I'm
Yeah.
saying. It's fucking wild to
In
me.
the
Like,
olden
hey,
times.
you're getting married to this guy. Who? Like,
I mean, but the reason they get married isn't for like love and
It's
like
tradition.
sex and shit. It's more
no
for
shit.
families to help each other out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I mean, why else, what do you mean no shit? Why do people get married here?
Yeah.
It's for lust and love, and the sex is good, and we can have a good time together. I mean, it gets deeper than that, but
yeah, it
if
should
you
be
don't-
deeper
if-
than that. If
yeah,
you're marrying someone,
okay, but
you could hook up with somebody.
these
but
people don't have sex before they're married.
I know.
So imagine,
That's how it's supposed to be.
imagine
I'm not saying I'm living that way. I'm just saying that's how it's
Biblically,
supposed to
it's
be.
supposed to be
it
like
is, but that's what I'm like. The culture,
We-
the dating
our
culture here in
culture is-
America,
yeah,
as opposed to
is
other countries,
satanic.
it's a
Fucking-
lust thing. It's if we don't have good sex, we're not getting married type shit.
that. Yeah.
In other countries and other cultures, it's we're getting married to get our families together, to help each other out, to build kind of like
It's like I am. a virgin.
what's the word I'm
I don't
looking
know
for?
what you're
Community.
talking
Not that's not what I'm looking for.
A legacy.
there you go,
generational
type
wealth,
shit. Exactly.
potentially.
And then if the love and other of those
Well,
things
I
come
mean-
with it, then that's a plus. But that's
Well,
not why they
their
get married.
cultures have many reasons, but yeah, it is making stronger bonds as families.
Mhm.
I mean, some old cultures it's for different things, cattle, freaking farm.
Yeah, for
land.
building a legacy, for
for,
building
like,
building
for
your
bettering
family,
yourself, for
setting
bettering
your,
this group
setting
up,
your
the
future
next-
up, your kids, your grandkids, your grandkids
A
for a better
dynasty.
future. Yeah, there you go. That's the word I was looking for.
Dynasty.
Yeah, that's what I mean. That's what those are. But and you could
Yeah.
go.
I'm just
there's
saying, it would be a
Netflix
cra-
on.
it's a
Fucking,
crazy
I mean,
concept.
Netflix. There's documentaries on Netflix about like that.
It's
Some of
awesome.
the explained ones. Those are pretty good, and they explain, monogamy is, how does that work? Like, are we naturally?
It's impossible. No, I'm just playing. For some people, it might be.
I mean, there's what's it called? Polyamorous, whatever the fuck, where like you see multiple people, date multiple people, like you're not monogamous.
Mhm.
I mean, there's people that are like that don't feel like they can be with one person. Now, is that
Do you
so-
I'm not gonna ask.
Is
I mean, I was gonna ask Jacob that. Do you feel like you can be with one person?
I think I can.
it's hard?
That's not.
I'm not-
That's
I'm not
not a
saying
solidified answer.
I said yes. I believe I can be with one person.
I think I can. It's not yes.
Yeah, well,
These are two different things.
yes, I can be with just one person if I want to be.
If you
Have you
wanna
done
be-
it yet in your life?
No. Well, you've
So how
never
do you
been in a
first-
relationship.
so how do you know you can do it?
For small
You've never-
spurts,
That doesn't
How do you know you can do it?
because I know.
because
For small spurts?
No, I could do it for.
That's
my-
by design.
I could do
though.
it.
That's-
I could do it. Period. If I wanted to.
But have you ever done
For
it?
a
Most
longer
men are
Have you
period
ever
of time.
done it? But have you
Most-
ever done it? So you can't say for
I'm
sure.
not gonna
you
say
could
most
because
men,
you
but a
haven't.
lot of men are only as faithful as the options that they have.
I could cut.
That's some real shit.
It's on respect though.
Some real
At the end of the day, You could have plenty of options. If you choose to only be with the one person, you'll only be with the one person.
That is true too.
That is true.
You could have
But
fucking 1,000
that's
options.
you canceling out your options though.
I said a lot
Even
of men.
if you could still have them, and it's on you to be.
For sure.
I mean, there's always the world we live in is pretty fucked up. There's always going to be an opportunity that it's like something crazy presents itself, and it's on you to be the better person. I love who I'm with. That's it. I'm with them. Like
Yeah. That's beautiful. I agree. But how many men fuck up?
I'm not saying a lot of men don't, but I know personally a lot of dudes who've never fucked up. Am I one of them? I've never been in a serious relationship like he said. So I technically get a cop out because it doesn't count.
That's true. That's a good point.
Fuck.
I've never been like fully invested into one person.
Do you think?
You think
how
it's
about
because
you,
you've had a lot
Jordan?
of options?
It's not necessarily because I've had a lot of options. It's more of I've always thought farther into it and been like, do I see myself with this person? If I don't see myself, like, I'll try to get to know a person for who they are and everything. But I'm just saying,
But do you think
if I don't
you
think
weren't-
I see a future with them, I'm not even going to waste their time or mine by dating them. I already know in advance, like, I'm not going to waste your time, make you fall in love with me type shit if I don't see this going anywhere.
Okay. What were you gonna ask?
I was gonna ask you what you were asking him.
Boom.
What's the question again?
If you could see yourself being with one person, one person the rest of your life, faithful.
Mr. I want to get married over here.
I didn't say. I said I would get married. I'm not over here broadcasting that I want to. In fact, I said that I wanted to establish a strong relationship. I'm not too worried about the marriage part, but
Marriage is a scam, anyways.
I think I could be monogamous. I'm not 100%, just like Jacob said 100%. Although he said yes, but he thinks he can be monogamous. And I say that because
I can't. I just haven't been in a relationship to prove
exactly, and that's
So
my
we
point
don't know.
exactly.
So
we
we
haven't
don't
been
know.
challenged yet, so we won't know until we're put in that position. I'd like to say that I
Exactly.
will be monogamous and make the right decision, but I also know that I'm human, and
People fuck up.
people fuck up. I could say one thing now.
We know better. I'm just saying, you're like giving yourself a cop
That
out.
doesn't
like,
mean-
I'm
just
not giving
because-
myself
I
a
can
just
cop
fuck
because-
up.
just
I'm just saying I
just
don't have a
because-
solidified yes or no
Just
answer.
because you know better doesn't
I'm
mean
being
you will
honest.
do better. We all
Exactly.
know better. We all
Right.
know better than to do shit, but
yeah, but
people
I'm saying,
still fuck
if we're
up on a
being
daily
serious
basis.
about it, that's on us. Like you,
Even if people are being
that's not a
serious,
mistake. That's you
it
chose
is.
to do that.
It is a
fuck that.
mistake.
A mistake. No,
it's-
you chose
whether
to do
it's
so.
premeditated or an accident.
Even if
A
it's
mistake is a
even if
mistake,
it's an accident, you still chose to do such.
and that's
action.
still a mistake.
And then it's a mistake. But how many times have you told yourself all day, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do this, I'm not going to do this. And then
then
all
you
of a
do
sudden you do it.
It's happened, but not that often.
Okay, it happens to everybody. I'm
Yeah.
just trying to say. I want to say that I'm not going to do it, but up until the moment that I'm challenged, I won't.
Until it's in your face, you don't know how.
I don't know.
Until shit's flying, bullets are flying. Like
Boom, I was about to say, the nigga that goes to the interrogation room, you don't know if he going to tell.
yeah, you could say all day,
until
I'm not
he's
going to
pressed.
talk. I'm not going to talk. And then once the pressure's on, it's like, oh fuck shit, and they
Yeah.
start threatening you with shit. And
Pressure bust the pipe.
yeah,
So,
I mean that's the same thing with sports. I
True.
mean that's kind of a segue
But-
into
In a relationship, I don't feel like the pressure would be that intense. Like, oh my god, they're twisting my arm. I have to cheat.
It's
Like,
not like that.
it's not
though.
the same kind
Listen,
of pressure.
okay, I'm gonna
I
talk.
understand
I'm
what
gonna
y'all
talk
meant,
as
but it's
somebody
not the
who
same.
has been on both ends of it. It's not like that. Literally, it's most of the time that shit is kind of in the moment type shit, and you kind of get carried away, and then before you know it, you're fucking getting
Yeah.
your dick sucked. You're doing something like something's happening that you shouldn't
Correct.
be doing.
It's little-
So it's
little
not.
things.
It's not like it's like oh fuck. Like it's not like it's this like premeditated, built up shit that it's like all laid out, like scripted out for you. A lot of it is just heat of the moment, right person, right time type shit. Like
Right.
maybe somebody just you and your significant other got into some type of disagreement, got into some argument. You found out some shit.
Right.
You're down bad, whatever the fuck it is, and it's just the perfect mix of shit. And
Yep.
then, like you said, at that point, it's. Are you going to fold or are you going to fucking be the bigger person? But sometimes, even when you're in the best of mindsets, sometimes you fucking take a wrong step and do the wrong thing or say, and then
And you're like, oh, I'm fucking. I don't know how I fell in
Energy's a
here.
motherfucker.
it is. And it's not, that's not
You
not to
can't-
give it a cop out or anything, but that's just the fact of the matter. Being on both sides of it. I've been on both sides. I've been the cheater. I've been the one that's been cheated on. Both times, it's when you hear the story, when you're saying it or when you hear it, most of the times it sounds like that sounded so easily avoidable. But
Right.
when you're in the moment going with something, it's like you're not thinking about, oh yeah, I'm gonna cheat right now. Like it's just kind of like, oh yeah, we're just chilling, vibing. You're not really thinking about it, and then boom, lips are locking,
That was a great breakdown.
bumping uglies.
That's a
That was a really good breakdown. It really was.
Thanks.
But you know that like that post nut clarity is the perspectives change.
and then you're like, fuck.
Then you come
What did I
you
just
come
do?
back down to earth and realize what the fuck you just did.
Shout out to Duke Deuce. He fucking
You know
killed
what
it
I
at
mean?
Rolling Loud.
Yeah, you did. Shout out to Duke Deuce.
That's hilarious.
It's just a fact of the matter. But
Definitely. But until tested, we don't know.
boom.
But I like your style. Mine too. We want to be good people. We don't want to
Trying,
disappoint
trying.
anybody.
Most people have that intent of being good.
Exactly.
Does that happen? Do
No.
you fall to your temptations? Then that's another thing. But
The best of people have made some of the worst mistakes.
yeah.
Does that make them bad people? Well, no. They just fucked up.
You're like, oh, no.
Makes them human.
Boom, and that's the beautiful thing about it.
We get another chance.
That's
the
the
beautiful
ugly thing
life.
about it too. The
What?
human error, the
Human
human
error.
flaw.
Right.
It's what makes this world beautiful
Free
and
will.
ugly. Free willy.
It's part of growing as a person, though.
Yeah, it
It's
is.
part of being a person. We have our own free will to do whatever we choose to do.
hmm But humans are like, we don't know it's hot until we touch the fire sometimes.
Yep. Till you burn
Ah,
yourself.
motherfucker.
How many times don't touch that stove?
Yeah.
You touch the stove, boom, and then you never do it again because you had to experience that shit.
Yeah.
Experience is the best teacher. I'll say that a
It
billion,
is.
jillion times. Experience is the best teacher.
100%.
Fuck people. I mean, people telling you, like, obviously, like, sometimes that works, but for a lot of things, you got to fucking feel it on your own, especially when it has to do with emotions and shit.
Yeah.
You have to feel
Yeah.
that. You have to feel that pain. You have
I'd
to
say
feel that
emotions are
happiness.
the hardest one
Yeah.
to, like, because you could tell someone how a physical pain felt, and just, being an adult or being a human, period, you could feel like, oh, you kind of feel that in my knee. Like, you just
Yeah.
feel it. It's weird. Emotion is something harder to grasp and, like, truly get what someone's going through,
It is.
or, like, feel that same pain.
But even then, like, there's
Like, we've experienced stuff, and then a couple years went by, and then Jordan experienced stuff, and it's like, ha, now you know.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck.
Yeah. I had.
I don't
okay,
know,
yeah.
because I feel like there's sometimes if I'm watching like a movie or like some type of show and there's something going on, like someone's doing something dirty, like you get kind of, if it's a good movie or a good show, you get that like that empathy for that person. You feel this like in the movie, like fuck, like
I'll shed a thug tear.
it fucking
occasionally in
it
a
draws
movie.
that emotion out of you, and it's like
Right.
shit.
I'll say this though, in all those experiences that we've all had that you're referring to, I think we've all had closure in those experiences, because those people have come back and we've gotten to realize that like what it really was.
Shit ain't sweet.
And yeah, you know what I mean. So shit ain't sweet now.
Yeah, that shit was when it was happening. But that's the thing. I mean, you also like, get caught up in the moment. Like
You get caught up in the moment. It could feel like the worst thing in the world, and then all of a sudden the person is right back on you 2 months later, a month later. And it's like,
get
oh,
caught up in the moment.
True.
We are
so none of this shit you said really, you didn't mean any of that. Oh wait, I got to go off your actions, not your words,
Yeah.
because you're a woman. Oh shit. Most people in general, not just women, but I do feel like women say a lot of things and then do another.
I mean, we've all been at fault for that, though. You never said something and then like, I'm not gonna do
100%. But
Well, I mean, and that's-
emotionally, usually if I'm telling you something emotionally, it's like the truth.
but
It's
people
what I
grow
mean.
out of emotions. What I've told somebody maybe 3-4 months ago, it doesn't necessarily mean that's the same way I feel now. Now,
That's
I mean,
true.
there's situations and friendships, relationships, family stuff that like, yeah, I got you forever. You like, but you've kind of had to go through a certain level of stuff to get to that point.
Correct.
If it's something casual and it's, something that, oh yeah, like we just met right now, it's good. Everything's fine. We're going through our little cupcake phase. And then after, 3, 4, 5, 6 months, you're looking back and it's like, yeah, in that moment, just what was going on and shit, maybe that energy was true. And like what I was saying then about how I felt about you was true. But
Right.
as time went on, things happen, my opinion changed, my feelings change, and maybe it's not the same anymore.
Right.
That doesn't mean you don't like the person, but it's not the same. You're not reciprocating the same energy now. So
It's kind of like you always say when people start to show their ass or show their true colors.
yeah, and it doesn't necessarily have to be showing your ass. It doesn't necessarily have to be a bad thing. It's just like you said, people go through phases, and sometimes the phase is 10, 15, 20 years. Sometimes the phase is fucking 3 months, and
Right.
then you kind of all right. Well, we had our fun. Like
It's also
and then you just kind of go your separate
what
ways,
you
and
know.
then maybe some, but you know, it's
like what you learn more about the person.
yeah,
'Cause
that
you're not
too.
gonna know someone. I mean, yeah, you might. Okay, these are their intentions. You might know that in the beginning, or at least think you know that in the beginning. But then you get further along of really dealing with the person, really like growing with the person. Then you see, okay, certain things you said do not add up, or I believe in these set of whatever, and you know, we don't match up on these.
Yeah. I was listening to who was it, Jack Harlow's last album, and there was, I forget what song it's called, but he pretty much says that, you know, at the time we met, like everything was cool and I thought it was cool, but you know, my lust for you didn't cap off, but the conversation did with you. So it's like, that's where it's like, you know, I might still be attracted to you, but at a certain point, like you said, the more you get to know somebody, maybe the, you know,
You don't stimulate
exactly,
my mind.
exactly. The connection didn't go any deeper than, damn, you're fine. You think I'm fine. We, you know, we hook up, we have some laughs, we fuck, and then we go about our separate ways until, you know,
The
we
killer
get that
combo
feeling
is
again.
The worst. Oh
The what?
man, the killer combo hurts when they have both.
What
If the,
connection and you
Yeah.
lust for them?
you lust for them, they're super attractive, and the personality and the vibe is there, and y'all get along well.
Yep.
That's a killer combo. That'll make you fall hard.
Yeah, well,
Gotta be.
And then they break you hot, and it's just
Yeah.
like,
Yeah, motherfuckers. You act like you haven't broken some hearts though.
we've all broken hearts.
Have you? I feel like you've broken more.
You think?
I don't know.
I don't know.
I feel like-
mean, the
I
thing
feel like
is,
I might
like,
have
I've
broken.
let some-
the thing
some
is
people
that I've
down
always
a lot.
been pretty, like, I've had my fuckboy moments, but like for the most part, I've always been pretty like open in like the beginning about how I feel about shit. And it's
Right.
like, I'm always, you know, for the most part, it's like if we're chilling, whatever, it's like, yeah, I mean, you're cool. Obviously, we're hanging out and shit, but like to say that it's gonna turn into anything else, I can't promise or guarantee that.
Yeah.
And then, you know, if it does, cool. If not, then I hope we can still be friends. I hope we can still fucking, you know, keep it cordial and shit. But more times than not, like, if you've been messing with somebody and shit ends, most of the time somebody's gonna have a sour taste in their mouth, and you kind of have to let that person get over it in their time. And then if you guys are friends in the future, then cool.
yeah,
but
some things come back.
yeah, exactly. But and then if not, then it's like, hey, like no hard feelings, but you know, it just didn't work out unless you did some fucked up shit. But for the most part, like I would keep it like, you know, pretty upfront with what my intentions were, and like we're chilling, we're like having a good time, like we're just two people enjoying each other's company, and what happens, and you know, if we start liking each other, then we move on from there. If someone's feeling cap off, and that's all, then, you know, you go from there. But like I've said this before, that I feel like with any type of relationship, you just kind of have to let shit happen. You can't force it.
Nope.
You just gotta let it fucking happen naturally.
Yep. Can't force
To answer your
relationships.
questions, yes. I feel like I might have
Of course.
accidentally broken a couple hearts. It's happened along the lines.
I feel like that
Cuban
was-
sensation. It comes with the
I
territory.
felt like that was kind
Ladies.
of like an obvious answer.
You've definitely broken some
No.
hearts. We've all broken some hearts.
I didn't mean to.
It's
part of the game.
just
We've gotten
because
our heart
wasn't on
broken.
purpose.
Sorry.
We've gotten
Yeah.
our heart broken, and we've broken
I
some
have
hearts.
got my heart broken.
That shit
Yeah,
sucks.
but I'm
That shit's a
sorry.
shitty
We've been
feeling.
let down, and we've let some people down in the process.
Yeah.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and I've heard the same. I wasn't necessarily acting like a fuckboy, but I've heard like, oh, you've had fuckboy tendencies
Yeah.
about
I mean,
certain things.
But dudes have,
It's the
every
same
dude
shit.
has fuckboy tendencies. Every chick has bitch tendencies. Like, you know, everybody has some type of negative tendencies.
Mm-hmm.
It's just how much you're gonna, you know, how much do you let it just like, fuck it, I'm gonna be a fuckboy and not give a fuck, or fuck it, I'm
Right.
gonna be a bitch and just deal with it, or how much are you trying to repress that shit and, you know, whatever. But we all have those tendencies. I mean, we've all shown our ass before. Like I said, I've been on both ends. I've cheated. I've been cheated on. Like, that shit, I mean, it's not good either
like
way,
rough.
but it's fucking, yeah, it is what it is. Like, that's just life. It's life. People are fucking, like I
You've
said,
learned
the
from the
human error, the
experiences.
human flaw. Again, you see people do incredible, amazing gestures of kindness and all this shit, and like, oh man, like that's great. But the same thing that will make you do that shit is the same thing that will make you fuck somebody over. The human flaw, the human element of shit. For no reason, you see people fucking take cars and drive them into fucking crowds of people because of whatever. But that's that same type of fucking, that same
Took a
fucking.
little dark there, but
But it's the
The
truth.
same type of what? Finish your point.
The same, that the human element, the same thing that will make somebody do that shit is the same thing that will make somebody fucking donate a fucking however much money or go help charity, go build houses and shit. It's that same that same, what's it called, drive, I guess, or that same
Passion.
I guess I can't think of the word right now, but it's the human element. Just
Kind of took that. You took me for.
I
a
mean,
loop
I
with
think
that one.
I think I kind of understand what you're trying to explain. Like, it's
that
always going to
simple.
be positive and negative.
Yeah,
like,
it's
you
the
know what I'm
yin and
saying?
yang
The
of
yin-
shit.
Exactly.
I'm trying. I
Always
know
gonna
there's a
have
more
that balance.
I
specific
thought you
word. I
meant
just
like
can't think of it
that
right now.
humans are unpredictable or some crazy
Well,
shit.
that, yeah. I mean, it is.
Kind of threw me for a loop with that one. I was like, oh,
Yeah, I mean,
I
it's
just wasn't expecting it.
humans are predictable though. But
Did-
again, it's
did
that
we
same thing.
Even ask? Did we ask him?
Huh.
Do you see yourself forever being with one person?
Can you be monogamous? Yeah, we didn't ask you.
I mean, I'm working on it.
Good call.
I'm in the process of working on it. So,
We're not letting you off that easy. Give me more.
I don't
have
wanna-
I been?
I don't wanna
I've
be too
been. I've
specific.
been. But like again, like
We talk about shit. Whatever.
my longest relationship is not that long compared to other people. Like my consecutively being with somebody is 6 months. But then like after that it's usually like on and off. Like we hit some type of bump and then we're on and off. Like I guess my longest relationship has like dealing with somebody has been like a couple years. But again, like we were good for like it's consecutive and then we hit a bump and then we were kind of like seeing each other back and forth on some on and off type shit and then so I mean
my longest relationship is a situationship.
So
Never really a relationship, but
have you had a lot of real relationships, you feel like, or you've just had real relationships in me and him? Because we've had
I feel
more
like I've had.
situations.
I feel
definitely-
like I think I've had a lot of real connections. I don't think I've had a lot of real relationships.
That's a good way to put it.
I've had a lot of real connections with people that like, I fuck with that person. I feel like that's also kind of my nature though. I'm not really
Yeah.
like a malicious person. I'm not really a type of person that's trying to like. I'm trying to take good out of every situation that I come across. So like that's just kind of how I am. So I've had a lot of like deep connections with people, like people that I've really fell for and cared for them. And for whatever reason, it just didn't work. Now like that it blossomed into like a real like working relationship as far as like, all right, yeah, we fuck with each other on an emotional level. We connect to each other on like that mental shit. But then like the daily ins and outs of dealing with somebody and like.
Yeah.
Helping people through their problems and being there for them and then them doing the same shit for me. I've had a few, but I wouldn't say I've had like real functioning relationships like that. Too many of them. I've had a couple, but again, at this point, I'm still not married with any kids. Like I'm in a situation right now where we're working towards that. So,
right.
I mean, that is still kind
You're
of
working towards a real relationship.
Yeah. So
Go
it's
ahead, look at the camera. It's like shout out. To,
so
No,
I mean,
just
it's I guess it's kind of still to be continued at this point, but
you're at least working towards it.
yeah, I mean, you got to try.
What
at
are we
least.
doing? Wasting fucking time. God damn
You
it.
got to fuck it. I feel
I
like
mean, shit. Like we talk about it all the time. At least we try. Like
We
I
have
try.
tried. I
but
have
at some
tried.
point, like, are you trying? Like,
Are we
actually
trying with the right ones though?
Well, that too.
Well,
but
that's
are
a
you
big
trying?
point,
Are you
the reason.
trying like with the intention to actually succeed? Or are you trying to say that I
Convince
tried?
yourself.
Yeah.
It's been never. I would never say I've tried to say I tried. It's definitely trying to get
Convince
to
yourself. You're trying to convince yourself
that I want to get there.
that you can get there. You feel like it's time to get there. You're trying to convince yourself that you need
I don't
for that to happen.
I don't
And
necessarily
then
need for
you
it to
start to
happen.
see things that you don't really like and that you're not willing to
Yeah.
put up with or put in the work for.
Like I said, if I don't see a future with you, or if like you have certain characteristics where it's like
Right.
But
Like,
I feel
just-
like you can have that point with anybody. It's about working
You
through
can't-
that shit sometimes.
which is
That's what I'm
because if you're
saying.
looking for
Of
shit,
course,
if you're
it
looking
is.
for shit,
You've
then
had
you're
a-
gonna
you're
find
looking
it.
for the
You've
flaws.
had a decent group of girls
But
that
I'm
you could have
just
tried
but
to
I'm just
work
saying.
out some things with. Have you not?
Yeah, you're right. You're right.
Yeah, I mean it's you because at a certain point you're
Like
gonna
sits
start
my ass
like
down.
I feel like
Man.
naturally you're gonna start picking out flaws and shit.
Right.
Now it's
Of course.
whether it's like because everybody's got them. You're good if you
I'm sure.
if you spend enough time with somebody, you're gonna
Yeah.
start picking them
I'm
out.
sure that I have tons of flaws.
So it's
Probably
like
written in notebooks.
so it's like at what point are you gonna accept those and just take it for what it is and move forward with it, or you're gonna keep on doing the same shit and like, well, I see this, I don't like this, I'm gonna.
It's gonna sound
You're looking
fucked
for an
up
excuse.
to say out loud, but I'll let you know the real reason. So when I'm in certain situations, this is gonna be fucked. So in certain situations I've been in, you kind of not like that fear of missing out, but you kind of like you're talking to somebody and you
He's
kind
got
of
FOMO.
Someone better.
you kind of feel
I
like,
feel like there could be someone better.
yeah, like, or like you've seen what you bring to the relationship, and you, even though they are bringing, you know, great qualities into the
You feel
connection,
like they
and
don't match you.
correct. Like I feel like I haven't met that person that was like, oh, on my level of, I'm willing to give you all of this, and you're willing to give me the same. Like I don't. There's always been something that will throw me off that line of where I think that, oh, you aren't really gonna. Because I've had girls really care for me and like show me the world damn near. Like they'd give me anything they could, but it was different like level of connection. I felt like I just didn't feel like they could equal what I could give them. I'm not feeling like, oh, you have to bring or you have to give me something crazy.
Might be
but
fucked up, but if that's
I
how
don't
you
know.
feel, then you
I just
can't
felt
be-
like that in
You
the
want them to
situation.
provide as much as you can provide?
Not provide as in a sense of like money or like what, not even in the sense of like what they can bring to the table. I don't mind if I'm bringing more to the table.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just saying like a connection where it was like I just felt something like, oh wow, like they can, like if say I had the worst year of my life, not week, not day, fucking year of my life, I feel like they could pick up all the pieces and like help me or build me up
How many
more.
girls you feel like you've had really strong feelings for, like you've been crazy for, in a sense,
Oh, that's
or
even
it-
scarier.
or in
one
your
to say
mind,
that.
like you trying to convince yourself that this could be the one or the right situation? Maybe 1 or 2 times, or maybe 1,
I was gonna say like 3.
3 times, where it really felt like it was real connection, and it
Yeah.
bothered you when it didn't work out.
Yeah, I'd say like 3.
3, that's fair. I would 2 for me.
What about you,
Definitely.
guy?
Probably say like
Maybe 4.
no. I'd probably say like 3. Like off the top of the head, like
But then I've come to realize that it wasn't really what I would wanted in the long run.
yeah. I mean, people do a good job of romanticizing a lot of shit.
Yeah.
And like, you know, when you look back on what if stuff, like we
Mhm.
romanticize a lot of that
Right.
shit, like what could have been, and we put a lot of what we wanted to be into whatever, you know, scenario. But like in
Sure.
reality, once you like, because there's been times where you kind of like, again, you know, you disconnect with somebody, you don't really talk to them, and you kind of guys lap back around, you know, however long, couple months, couple years, whatever, and you guys cross paths again. And in your head, it's like, oh, you start remembering all like you remember all the good shit, but then once you start sitting down and talking with them, you kind of remember why. It's like, I remember why this didn't work out the first time because
Right.
of this and this.
Right.
So
Exactly. And then you're like,
yeah.
but there's
It
been
sucks
people
when-
there's been people that you lap back around with, and it's like, oh shit, like this was like
It sucks. It
It's-
sucks
I
the ones
remember
that you
why-
have a dope, cool, deep, like relationship with.
yeah, the
connection
ones you were
with,
true friends with.
but they're not good characters. You know what I'm saying? Like, so you can't let yourself really truly be with that person or like love that person in that capacity because you know the type of individual that they are.
yeah.
Although you guys have a great connection and y'all get
Yeah.
along well and y'all hit it off well, but who that person is not conducive to
good
your
shit.
to your life. It's not good shit. You know what I'm talking about. We both can relate.
firsthand.
You too. All 3. But yeah, that's a shitty
or just
one.
knowing like someone you did have, like you said, that great connection with.
And they did something that they can't come back from.
That too.
That sucks as well.
Yeah, been there. But
I mean, what are things that you feel like you can't come back from? What is like that is it? Like no more. Like go away, get out of my face. Like you did this, and there's no coming back from this shit.
You don't want to get into specifics.
take it away, Jordan.
I feel like
You have one?
publicly doing something that, how do I position this? Because this is an interesting question.
Publicly embarrassing you. type
Publicly
shit?
embarrassing you in a sense,
like out of spite type shit.
out
or-
of spite type shit. Like publicly doing something
To hurt your name. Like
to hurt your
image.
name. Yeah. Publicly going
Name,
out
image,
with
and likeness.
publicly going out with somebody and like trying to spitefully do it so
Like
the other
shit, publicly shitting on you.
right.
So that's something that's can't
You won't come back
For me, no. It's hard. And you know the situation I'm trying to speak on. And I'll be as truthful as I can in explaining this. I'm not saying that on my side I was perfect either, because I wasn't.
Mm-hmm.
But I wasn't doing things publicly to shit on somebody when I went separate ways with them. I had my fun. I did what I did, but I did that in private,
behind closed doors.
Behind closed doors. I would never want to make you feel away after we just stopped talking. You know what I'm saying? Once you do that to me, then I see what your character really is. To me, you didn't really care in the first place.
Yeah.
So that's something in my mind that you can't come back from.
How about you, Jacob?
I could feel that.
Because I expect you to go live your life when we're not together and do what you're going to do. But don't do it in my face on purpose to try and shit on me. To me, that's I don't like that type of characteristic. And it's embarrassing because now I feel like if I do take you back, it's an embarrassment on my character. You know what I'm saying? Because people
you feel dumb.
You feel dumb. I don't like that feeling.
Yeah.
That's something in my mind that you can't come back from.
I mean, shit, I'm definitely the same with that one. I feel like there's certain things that another thing that just can't be undone is like, I mean, I understand if you were like, it was, I guess both y'all agreed like, oh, we're going to part ways. This shouldn't be a thing, whatever. That's different. And they got into a different relationship. That's different.
Yeah.
But like, if you're still talking to someone or this, that, and the other, and they're telling you basically, I don't know, it was just kind of like a lot of lies all wrapped into one lie. It's kind of like if they're like cheating on you or fucking just doing shady shit like all the time.
They had a fucking backup plan. Like they
had a motive.
Yeah,
that lets me know you had something on the back burner.
Yeah, essentially, like they had their plan B. They had their safety net. Like they weren't like it kind of makes it seem like they were having their out. Like if shit went wrong, like I got something to fall back on. I'm not gonna have to go through these emotions, which is fucked up because then it
sparks other questions.
Well, not that, but like,
or if it does, but like, decide if off rip, like I'm just like, damn.
If you're in a relationship and you feel like maybe shit's not going right or whatever, and you have like you're just doing some backdoor deals essentially, and it makes you feel like you never really cared in the first place type shit.
Also, kind of like, how we mentioned earlier, we've been in a situation where a girl might have been in a relationship doing some fucked up shit with you. Mm-hmm. If I'm the one being in that situation, like I'm seeing what you're doing to somebody else.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I would never get with that person.
Now it's like
I would never get with that
that's
person.
The fucked up part.
But you know what you're getting into though.
You do, and
but in other
sometimes
situations,
it creeps up on you didn't know.
Exactly. I was gonna say in other situations when you don't know, and then all of a sudden you find that out.
That's
wild. Different.
That's when
that's manipulation. That's being finessed.
It fucking hurts. You're just
that's different. Now I experienced what you're explaining, and it was my fault that I started to gain some type of feelings and got let down because I started hanging out with a girl that was in a relationship.
Apartment?
Yeah. And let me know in a sense that, hey, be careful because I'm in and I still went through with it and then was disappointed in the end. But the only person I could be disappointed in would be myself because I knew what I was getting myself into. Yeah. Your situation, you were deceived.
Yeah, I was deceived.
That's way different.
I got fucked up.
Yeah. So those are two different things.
That's funny. And then there was even that very, very, very short-lived. Wasn't even a real situation, kind of situation. I'll get into that because that doesn't make sense to anybody. But it's just funny that I think of it.
Oh shit!
Yeah.
But yeah.
People are just complicated things.
But other than that, I think, if that situation didn't happen that I just explained, then potentially that person could have came back. In a sense,
if they didn't go off and get married.
Yeah, bet. They didn't go off and get married. 100%.
This guy Jacob.
That would make no sense because then they could never come back if they went off and got married.
Never say never. Shit. Wilder shit has happened.
Yeah, you're right.
Oh no, like it's just. It also I feel like a lot of. Like, well, not up until this point because I feel like I'm old enough now to like kind of, have my own perspective on shit. But like a lot of the relationships that you see growing up, I feel also kind of molds your perspective on relationships.
Yeah, we're young essentially.
Yeah. Well, because my mom got divorced and then remarried, and she's been married to my stepdad for about I think 23 years now. Mm-hmm. But like, the fact that my parents, and I think about this, they had kids so young that I saw them grow up. Like you don't think about that when you're a kid. You just see adults and you just think old. Like you don't think, oh, they're 20-something years old. Oh, there's like different levels of they're 30-something years old.
Y'all got to see that though. I didn't.
Yeah.
My parents were old.
My dad is on his third marriage, so it's like, you know, seeing, you know, the different, you know, I guess the, you know, instability of like some of the situation is kind of like, you know, growing up and then going into the real world and trying to figure out what a real relationship was. I already had like, you know,
a lot of fucked
bad
up
juju already. Like, oh god,
that's
like,
the same with my family.
I was like shit. Like,
there's a lot of broken relationships in our family, and like it's always been known because you just see it growing up. My uncle got divorced. Okay, my two cousins were, you know, they live in separate houses. My other two cousins, bam, they got divorced, but they ended up working something out where like they both stayed in the house until the kids grew up. My own parents, fucking, it's just broken all over the damn place.
Yeah, same here.
So
my parents were never married. I've never been to a wedding, never been around marriage, any of that shit.
So
well, actually, I take that back. My dad got married. I'm tripping. But it was some courthouse shit. So like it wasn't like a real big wedding.
So
but my dad did get married as of recently. 5 years ago. 5-6 years ago. So
man, I feel like people move at their own pace and
so I did get to see it when I was a little bit older. But coming up, I was around a lot of.
But I definitely feel like that definitely impacts your view on shit for sure.
100%.
It puts some sort of fucking fuckery on it.
Yeah, I mean, because you know, you just kind of. If that's what you see,
kind of growing up in a fairy tale,
like you kind of have an idea.
Told one thing but see another.
Yeah, I mean, you kind of have an idea of like, you know, what a relationship should be, but you have more of like what it shouldn't be, and you're kind of trying to figure out the good elements of it and like, you know, the shit, because you already know. Well, I don't want this because I saw that. I don't want to be like that because that was shitty. So now when you're having to look for the good shit, you know, it kind of takes you a little bit.
It does. It's hard to find sometimes,
and you start falling for people that maybe you shouldn't have. Toxic shit. But I mean, those are lessons learned.
Don't save her. You don't want to be saved.
Shit.
Leave your cape at home, my brother, please.
Eric's always the one. I got it on me.
Oh shit!
Fucking life raft dives.
That's Captain Save a Ho right there.
I wouldn't say save a ho. Jeez, but this man
don't save it. The only ones that we not saving is hoes. There's the ones that need saving.
That's true.
Hallelujah.
He just had questionable.
Throw holy water on that. Bless her.
We all
say a prayer or two. We all have. Yeah.
I try to be a good guy, but sometimes you gotta just fucking that shit ain't working.
You can be as good as you want.
Exactly.
Doesn't mean the person's gonna be good.
Exactly. It don't matter.
If that person is a bad person, they're a bad person. Yep. You being a good person is not gonna make them a good person.
Exactly. I can want something for them as much as they want it, but or as much as I want it. But if they don't want it for themselves, it don't matter. It don't matter.
Still don't matter. Don't care. Don't care.
Still don't care. Mom's car.
Still don't care.
Oh fuck!
I think our futures are bright though. I think we're all gonna find good girls.
Boom.
Everlasting, flourishing relationships.
I don't want to jinx it off that. I'm upset. Everybody up? No, I'm just kidding. Not at all.
You're not?
I know how many mirrors I've broken in my life? Do you, like, just a random guess?
No, I don't.
There's no way he could be superstitious.
It's not something I've
He's the luckiest motherfucker in the world.
Yeah. So you think he would be?
That's actually, you're right about that.
But, you know how...
Maybe not the luckiest.
I honestly I've broken a lot of mirrors in my life.
I've broken some mirrors, but that's not something I really keep count of on myself. So it's like...
I couldn't really keep count of bro, it's part of my job. Like, I'll break thousands.
Demolition.
I've broken thousands of mirrors, though.
Have you walked under any ladders purposely? Yeah. I sure have.
That's the easiest way to get through.
I don't do that. I don't split poles. I don't fuck with black cats crossing my...
He doesn't split poles.
He'll
fucking... Hey.
I literally like, be like, damn it, and have to retrace the steps. He's like, you didn't see that pole? I'm like, Jordan,
they do it on purpose too.
Sometimes.
No, all the time. You be looking at me, that mischievous smile while you're doing it. I'm like, really?
But I'll be like, watch him have to take these extra steps. He's like, fuck.
Shit. That is true. You're pretty superstitious. What other superstitions you
got? If you sweep my feet, I won't get married. It'll take longer for me to get married. That's one.
Boom. How many times you swept your own feet? Fuck this.
I'm not trying to self-sabotage myself. That's not what I'm looking to do. I do a good job of that without sweeping my feet. What else?
You have any like traditions that you do? Like if you like,
I eat black eyed peas on New Year's Day to bring in good luck for the new year.
I thought that was
That's
grapes. No,
That's a black people thing. That's
Oh.
black eyed peas.
I didn't know that. There you go. Learn
Mhm.
something new every day. I thought it was grapes.
Did you know that? It's because you're part black.
I thought it. I've always
You got
gotten,
it for 1% at least.
I've
in
always
there.
gotten grapes. Is that more like a Spanish thing?
I didn't know that.
No? Did
And
you
I'm
know
saying
grapes? They give you like 12 grapes or whatever the fuck.
Oh, wow, I didn't know
Yeah.
that. I was knowing about black eyed peas. I'm not the biggest black eyed pea fan.
Like the music or the.
Both. I'm just
No?
playing. I like the
Oh.
music.
Well, that's
No,
really like-
I was like, damn.
Nah.
Yeah, literally my face. I was like,
I fuck with the music.
It's like, oh.
Black eyed peas.
I don't think I've ever had an actual
Peas.
black-eyed pea.
I'm good on that. I'll eat them, but like I prefer not to.
I like beans better than peas.
Me too.
Not
Unless it's
baked beans. I don't really
chickpeas.
like
Pigeon
I don't
peas.
like baked
Gandules.
beans.
I like big.
You like gandules? Those
Yeah,
are peas.
Not baked beans though.
They're peas though.
Peas.
You like beans. You like red beans and pink beans and shit like that.
Yeah.
Black beans.
Spanish motherfucker. Black beans are good
fuck
too.
it. Black beans, yeah.
I
do
like
some
black beans.
Some red kidney beans.
That too.
Frijoles.
Frijoles.
I call them
Habichuelas.
habichuelas. Yeah, fuck that
Hey.
frijoles shit.
Frijoles is the proper lima beans. Don't nobody fuck with lima beans.
I used to love lima beans.
I eat garbanzo
As a
beans.
I
child.
know, yeah. My
As a
grandpa
child, I
was-
used to
they're
bust
pretty
down
good.
on lima
Yeah.
beans.
I've never
They're
had a
big as
lima
fuck,
bean.
garbanzo beans.
I've never had a. I know we like grew them in like elementary school one time, but I don't think mine grew or like
What?
lima beans. Yeah, you know how you put the shit in the plastic bag and you water it with the napkin and shit.
Isabel and Amber used to
Little
just be
science
like,
project
here you
shit.
go. I would eat all the lima beans.
You're nasty.
My older
My
sister
shit.
does not like beans.
You like edamame?
Edamame.
4 beans at the same time, like edamame.
Sounds like a belly line.
You
just gotta, like, pop it up
That's
in
when
there.
that's the LA leaker shit,
Yeah.
right? Yeah. He
Yeah.
fucking killed that shit. That is
Yeah.
a legendary freestyle in my eyes. In your eyes, I see the
A good 107,
fire
guys.
burning inside
107, one
you.
for the books.
Girl inside
Always.
you.
If you want
This
to
will
know
be
where we
an-
stand on relationships and whatnot, check it out on Spotify, SoundCloud, Apple Podcast. Check us out on YouTube for the visuals. Be getting Google Play.
I be
Almost
getting
forgot
stuck.
I be getting stuttery. Can't speak sometimes.
shit.
It's wild.
Instagram.
At No Hangover Podcast.
Instagram.
Twitter at No Hangover Pod.
Boo.
TikTok at No Hangover.
Tick tock, tick tock, tick tock.
We have hangover, or we do.
We need to
Young-
get like
Young
a social
Thug's-
media person.
Yeah, we do. Young Thug's about to come out with a song called TikTok.
It's probably not
His
gonna be
Tiny
good.
Desk was good. Shut the fuck up. His Tiny Desk is good. I liked it a lot.
Tiny desk. Little bits.
Just stop hating on
Shit, I'm not hating. I'm just,
Thugger.
we were actually talking about him before we
You
get
know
on
who the
air.
original
Don't go
Thugger
there.
is?
Slim Thug.
Slim
Thug.
Thugger. Boss Hog.
He's from Houston, right?
Yep.
Good old H-Town. Boom. A lot
Candy
of
Paint. Slab on Candy Paint.
switching in the colors.
Ryan Swangus.
Switching in the lights. I said switching in the colors.
Ryan Swangus.
Boom. Well, until next week, everybody. And now we got a poster. It's up. That shit's not gonna fall anymore. Everybody love everybody.
Boom. We lit.
Deuces.
Peace.